Yo, what's up? Hey guys, just going to quickly show you how to get ready on Stormforge. So essentially there are two ways of getting this done. Both are kind of easy, but really depends on which way you prefer. Regardless of either way, you need to create an account, first of all on stormforge.gg. So create an account here. Once you have the account, all you really need to do, so let's go through the first way, which is the easiest way, is that you go into the existing WoW, which is the WoW that you've downloaded from Warmain, go into open file location, and then in here you want to go into data, ENUS, and scroll down here to realm list. So make sure you try to open this with Notepad, okay? And here you can see the realm list for Warmain. So all you need to do is change the realm list to this realm list here. Um, the Warmain's realm list will be warmain.com. Okay, so Stormforge realm list will be stormforge.gg. And then all you need to do is save. Once you click save, you can just open the same WoW that you have downloaded from Warmain. So open up the same WoW, and now you should be able to just enter with your account that you have opened on Stormforge. There you go. Once you're in, all you really have to do is take normal, take development, and then click on suggest realm. And then you're gonna get this little error message. I don't know what it means, but you can just ignore it. Um, Click change realm, and here in the PTR force one, this is where you can create your character. Okay. Um, right now, let me show you quickly how to do the second way. The second way is super easy. All you have to do is download the game. So I guess in how to play, scroll down, and then over here you can download it. You can download it either through Windows or through torrent. I use torrent and it's relatively fast anyways. So download the client from here and then you will get this client here, Stormforge. Okay, so all you need to do is click on this client and then you can go in. Just one thing to note, that if you're going to download a different client, that client would have a different add-on folder, right? Meaning that it will not inherit all of the add-ons that you already have from Warmain. It will be a different game, meaning that you're gonna have to transfer all of your add-ons into here. Um, yeah, so the second way is a little bit more sort of manual. First way is kind of just like a copy and paste. You just have to change the realm list. The second way is more like downloading a new client and then manually moving those add-ons into this folder here. Now you might find some add-ons that is not 100% compatible with Stormforge, such as your Deadly Boss mode, but that's fine. We'll cross that bridge as and when. So, so once you have the game, right? Once you change the realm list or you have the game, all you need to do is log on to the game. Um, exactly the same sort of instructions as I've said before. Go into Frostmourne PTR and then create a character. So once you have created a character, what's going to happen is that there will be a few NPCs. There will be a few NPCs that you can speak to, but there was also a few commands that you can use as well, and I will show you guys how to basically do it. Cool. You might see all these add-ons flying up, but that's fine. We'll just go ahead and ignore everything. Okay, cool. So over here, you will be able to see PTR helper. You can instantly level up to 80. You can add some gold. I don't know what for, but you can add gold. You can reset race from here as well. And over here, you can even change your race. Um, yeah, you can have different ratio, but like this is irrelevant. This NPC is relevant. This NPC is important here. Okay, so essentially what you do now is that you're level 80, right? And then you've got some gold. Um, you've got like a lot of backspace and shit. So teleport to Dalaran. Once you're in Dalaran, you can either speak to the NPC to teleport, or you can type in the command .te Dalaran. That also works. Okay, so I'll show you guys a list of commands in a bit, just to help you set up and help you kind of like maneuver in this realm. Oh, cool. So yeah, once you're in Dalaran, here is a um, two rows of NPCs that you can speak to basically get your characters ready. So like these are vendors. These are where you can actually get bisc gear. But I will show you guys another way on how to get your kind of like your bisc gear. You can either buy it through the vendor or you can use a command for it. Either way, these are kind of like your gear vendors. And then over here is they teach me everything I should know, such as your professions, your cooking. It will give you some free mounts as well, which is all kind of like irrelevant. Um, you can also reset your instance here. You can teach me a profession. I can search for engineering, and then I can teach me a profession. I can go for jewel crafting. Um, yeah, you can get emblems, honors, bags, but these are kind of irrelevant. As you can see, engineering, jewel crafting, you're already maxed, right? Easy. So you don't even need to like train or anything like that. So it's already maxed. Over here, you can choose a spec. I wouldn't recommend you to go with these because these spec are usually preset. So just go ahead um, and set up your own spec. That's like kind of the only requirements here. So set up your own spec. Here you can get gems. I'll teach you another way on getting gems. Here you can get glyphs. I'll teach you another way of getting glyphs. Here is where you can get your enchants. Also teach you another way on getting enchants. Take me back. I don't know what that means, but hey. You can get mounts here, also irrelevant. Mounts irrelevant. Over here, you can learn your professions as well. You can get resources for your professions too, but all kind of like all is kind of irrelevant. I have a better way of doing so. Show me general goods. So anything like such as consumables and equipment that you need to buy, there is a command for it. You can either search for them on the NPCs here, or you can just use my command. So here are a list of commands. So let me show you real quick. Right, so the first command is teleport. Okay, so you can put teleport Dalaran. You can do teleport Uduar. You can do teleport Nax. So I can show you how it works now. So for example, if I press dot te Nax, it takes me to Nax. Yeah, dot te Uduar takes me to Uduar. Nice and easy. Okay. Um, the second command I want to show you is, I mean, there's quite a few. Let me think. You have dot cooldown. So dot cooldown is also a good command. Wouldn't recommend you to use it though, because resetting your cooldown is kind of cheating. But every now and then, it is useful. So for example, if I put frost trap here, well, let's say I'm writing an add-on, I'm writing a macro dot cooldown. So dot cooldown. So I put that here. So if I use my frost trap, it will reset. See? If I use this, reset. All spells resetted. Yeah. So that's cooldown. Now if I die, you can use dot rev. Dot rev is like a battle res. So exactly where you die, even during the boss fight, you can use dot rev to res you. Apart from this, I think, oh yeah, here's the most important one, is dot add item. Okay, so this is how you can get all of your characters' bis. So for a very simple example, if I go into, if I go online, say I want Betrayer of Humanity, I type Betrayer of Humanity, and then I would just need to find Betrayer of Humanity item in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Going in there, and here in the URL, here is where you can find the item ID. Okay, this is the item ID. Item equals this. I'm sure there's other way for you to find the item ID as well. Sometimes they will show in the database here somewhere. Maybe there's an item ID here somewhere that I don't see. Nope. Yeah, I'm sure there's another way to find item ID, but I just find this way like the most efficient way. So I copy and paste the item ID, and then all I need to do is go in to game dot add item space item ID, and you can see I have betrayer. Yeah. So you can do the same using this command for everything. You can use it for gems, for enchants, for whatever it is you need, for materials. So for example, I want the berserking enchant. Scroll of enchant berserking. Okay, over here. Make sure it says Wrath of the Lich King Classic, because if it's not classic, then this item ID would be wrong. So copy this, go into the game, add items, scroll of the enchant berserking, right? So what I encourage you to do is to find out your biz list for tier 7 and then use this command add item to basically get everything biz, including your professions, your nitro pools, your hand. Every single slot needs to be biz. And then obviously sort out your talents, main spec and off spec, sort out your action bars. Um, if you simply change the realm list, it's very, very easy. Most of your action bars, your setup should remain exactly the same. So you don't necessarily even need to download the client. Everything kind of stays the same. If you download a new client, you're gonna have to manually set them up. There is another way if you download a new client, and that is what you need to do is go into your Warming client and you need to copy and paste your WTF files. Um, you need to, but there's only specific things that you can copy and paste. So you should be copy and pasting things like this, copy and paste that, and then paste that into your Stormforge client. And then you want to go into the realm, go into a specific character settings. For example, I play a hunter here and I go to my hunter in Warmane and then I just copy and paste all of this into the same folder on Stormforge. And then I need to go into saved variables and copy and paste everything from here over to the same folder in Stormforge. And then things will get transferred. But honestly, changing the realm list is just the easiest way, and I wouldn't recommend you to do anything else if you're in a hurry. Um, I also don't see any real benefits in kind of like having a new client. I guess the only kind of benefits you have is, for example, your Deadly Boss mode. Frostmourne have a not a different version of Deadly Boss mode, but it is a little bit different compared to the ones in Warmane. So if you want to use the Deadly Boss mode for Frostmourne, you just need to kind of like delete um, your Deadly Boss mode from Warmane and then add the Frostmourne one in. Like that's the only downside of changing the realm list. Um, yeah, but apart from that, everything else is just kind of easy, you know. So, um, and to be honest with you, apart from DBM, everything else kind of stays the same. So, yeah, nice and easy. So, for example, if I go into my other character, for example, my paladins here, all of these are just kind of copy and pasted from um, what's it called, from the Warming. I didn't really have to set up anything. Yes, I have to make some tweaks, make some adjustments to make it look nice, but apart from that, everything is kind of the same. So yeah, use the add item command for whatever it is you need. Use the teleport, so teleport anywhere you want. Use rev to rest yourself. Use cooldown to reset your cooldowns. Um, yeah, and you don't need any other commands. These are like the most important commands that you need. and that's it. Yep, so if you guys can get your character set up, then we're ready. Then we're ready for some PTR fun. And this would also be very good for TOGC and shit.